Hey there, MHS, and welcome to a brand new edition of the Friday Show. I'm your host, Kayla Mason, and as we enter the third and final trimester of the year, we've combined our second and third hour classes to bring you fresh new content each and every week. Time has definitely flown by, and as we're now in the month of March, there are several events that we are looking forward to. To begin, let's throw it to the iconic Mr. Gibson as he reveals the brackets for today's senior dodgeball tournament.
What's up, MHS? It's Gibby coming to you from A114. We're here to do the bracketology and figure out who's playing who. First person we got to thank, though, is Mr. Smith in Graphic Arts. Thank you for making this. This is an MHS first. We've never done this bracketology show, and I'm honored to be a part of it for the first time. Thank you, Mr. Pass and PNN, for getting this on the program. Hopefully this adds some hype so you guys can talk some smack for a few hours before you start throwing balls at each other. So with no further ado, let's get right into it. We got the lists. We're going to start from 12 and go all the way up to 1. It's a 12-team bracket. As you can see, we have some buys along the way. Teams were seeded according to the amount raised. So kudos to all you seniors. Did you know you raised $1,500 through your penny wars? And I'm going to do my best, I promise, to throw that money back at you seniors. You deserve it. So thank you for all your contributions. Number 12 on the list, we have Smooth Moves. This was a late entry. We weren't sure if we usually have 2 teacher teams, but we only got 1, so we had an alternate team to get in. This team is captained by Ashanti Lenore. We had some dropouts at the last minute, but you never know the wild card team. Unfortunately, the Giants beat the Patriots in that undefeated season. You just don't know who's going to take this, and it might be a sleeper at number 12. At number 11, we got the 150 Dream Team, captained by Dakota Robinson. That's Anaya Planer, Jafar, Yantrell, Kenneth, and Alanye. That's going to be a tough team to beat. We got a lot of athletes. Dakota, one of my favorite students around here. I know she'll be a great captain for that team. Number 10, we have up here, we have Ninjas. You sneaky devils. Ninjas with cannons. This one's captained by your class president, Justin Jones. He's got Malachi Williams, Leonardo Bailey, Eddie Drake, Josiah Ellison, and Darius Frierson. Not a team to be messed with. I'm going to put that one in the top half of my early teams. At seed number 9, we have goofy named Richards Fall. That'd be Richards Gray, even though it's captained by Heaven Allen. We have Richard Gray, Lex Macer, Devontae, Aaliyah, and Cecilia Adame. I don't know, that was exactly a state championship squad. We'll see what that squad can do, but everybody's rooting for you. Upsets were meant to happen, guys. Seed number 8, we have the Bench Warmers. This squad I know is dangerous, captained by Niko Jucic. I never know how to say your name, Niko. Get over yourself, you're not on PNN anymore. But we got Cheyenne, Kamara Cameron, Jaden, and Rabbit Kyanna Johnson playing with him. You don't know that quick little rabbit? She's going to be a tough target. She's only this big, and we all know Niko can throw the ball, and he's a top-level athlete. Best of luck to that squad. At seed number 7, we have playing Ninjas with Cannons. We have our first matchup. That's Hot Crew. Aaliyah Wright, captain, going against including Malachi Wright, Kennedy Durham, Lindell Harris, Johnny Williams, and Kenneth King. There's a mixture of team there. We got some ladies, females. Let's hope for the co-ed team to win. That'd be fun. I don't know if that's ever happened, a co-ed team winning before. Seed number 6, God Made. We know this squad's gonna be tough. At the very least, we know their shirts are gonna be cool, because that's most of what that team does. God Made. Oh, I threw it. Where'd my God Made go? I threw him. That is, Devin Latiker, Kevin Chapman, Xavier Shell, Chris Walton, Eric Whitehead, and Jeremiah Howard. If I were a betting man, and I am, my money's on that squad. Somebody knock those guys off. You never want the number 1 favorite to win, and that squad is going to be tough. Seed number 5, captained by Leela Tate. Where's my 5? Playing against the Smooth Move alternate, Riot 6. Latrice Blair, Xavier Alston, Kobe Ford, James Mitchell, and Jordan Barksdale. Could be a tough matchup down in the southwest quadrant of our bracket. Seed number 4, we have our first bye team. So you will not play in round 1. You will play the winner of this game. Seed number 4, we have 150 Rock Block, captained by Tori Young, Terrion Johnson, Darius Schultz, Darius Ross, Carlos Rodriguez, and Paige Raspberry. You guys are gonna have some stamina because you don't have to play that first round. That'll be interesting to see if stamina plays a role in any of this. Seed number 3, in a late name change, we have, in honor of the dearly departed Kobe Bryant, we have the Mambacitas taking it out of the Southeast Quadrant against the winner of God Made and Dream Team. Mambacitas, captained by Kaya Price, Amani Alvarez, Shakria Parsons, Shemaya Beasley, Christina Smith, and Armani Cole. Again, any of these bye teams are wild cards because they're going to have a little bit more stamina than everybody else. At seed number 2, oh, here's the hope for the good guys, our teacher squad. No, I'm not playing, y'all. I got to run the event. I'm out. Those days are behind me. But captained by the first person to respond to me, Thomas Mackey is going to captain that team, along with Buxton, Mr. Kelly, Mr. Belko, the newcomer, Dorsileski, and Bryant Isabel. Teachers are not happy about losing this one last year, and I reached out to some athletes, and I heard from some, but that squad better get it going. We had a rough showing as teachers last year. We need to see more. And number 1 seed with almost $150 raised for your senior class. So that's what was most important, and that's why we gave them the number 1 seed and the number 1 bye we have exclusive. Captained by Nigel Phillips, we got Isaiah Varese, Robert Buggs, Ryan Lewandowski, Darion Johnson, and Darius Carrington. There are your matchups, folks. It's going to be a heck of a game this Friday. We just hope for at least a few people to get hit in the face, or what was all this for. Couple faction functions of the event that day. Just so you know, seniors, this event is solely for you. No need for underclassmen at this one. What we're going to do is start dismissing you around 4th hour. By 5th hour, we will all be down there. You don't need a ticket. You don't need a permission slip. This is seniors only. You may see some juniors and sophomores, but that's only because the teachers that had those classes brought those guys down there. But this one's senior only. This one's special. This one's just for you. In addition, I want to get some championship t-shirts to the winner. I want to get some pizza to the winner. And we are going to get some pizza to exclusive for being the number 1 team. Guys, follow the rules. This is a normal day. You can ruin these events pretty easily, but it went great last year, and I'm hoping with this, it'll be even better this year. Thank you for raising the money. Thanks for tuning into the PNN show. Thank you, Kenny Smith, for the banner. May the best dodgeball team win. See you later, y'all.
Recently, some of our wrestlers traveled down to Indianapolis to compete in the state finals. In this next segment, Niko profiles the journeys of both Jacob Maldonado and Chris Walton, who walked away with memories and a hard road that would last a lifetime.
2 weekends ago, the IHSAA State Wrestling Finals took place at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. 2 of our very own senior wrestlers had the opportunity to etch their name in the history books and represent Maryville in a positive way.
I think it's a combination of a lot of things with Jacob. Him being a qualifier last year, I think actually helped him because he knew what it felt like to be down there. He knew that he could have won that first round match last year. So we were able to kind of get him back to the state finals, and then he had the eventual state champion in the quarterfinals. So that was a tough match for him. He lost that match and ended up coming back, winning the next match. We ended up 6th at the state tournament, which isn't bad for only wrestling 14, 15 matches in the postseason. I think that if he would have had a full season to kind of make adjustments and figure some things out, I think we could have finished a little higher. But at the end of the day, you got to just play the cards that you're dealt. And for him, I think it was just a great learning experience that sometimes things are beyond your control, and you just have to work hard and prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
So my run through the state finals, I won my first match against a kid from Fort Wayne Carroll, and I won pretty soundly. And then Saturday morning, the way the bracket worked out and the draw, I wrestled the eventual state champ, and I lost 6-3. So that put me into the consolation bracket. So my second match on Saturday, I won by fall against a pretty tough opponent, and then winning that match put me into the 5th and 6th round match later that day, and I ended up losing 3-1 to a tough opponent from Chesterton, he had beaten me the weekend before in overtime. So overall it was a good tournament. I was glad to place. That was really the goal going in, especially because I had lost last year on Friday night. So it felt good to get over that hump and wrestle a good tournament.
With Chris not qualifying for state last year, we were a little bit worried of whether he would, be successful this year, or would the pressure get to him, or how he would handle it. There's a lot of pressure when you go down to state finals because there are about 10,000 people there, and you don't know how athletes are going to react to the environment, the noise, everything going on. So I think he handled it pretty well. There was some, I think, issues in the first match where I think he was a little bit nervous, and even on the second day in the first 2 matches, I think the nerves got to him a little bit, but he wrestled a pretty good match. In the semifinals, he wrestled the eventual state champ and had a pretty decent match with him. I think the score was 6-3. So with Chris this year, we were just really focused on him. Just getting ready and just not worrying about wins and losses, and just try to focus on getting better on a daily basis, and getting better in every match. So going from being a state qualifier to placing 4th in the state is a pretty big accomplishment for him.
So basically, my first match Friday, I was a little nervous at first because there was a lot of people, and I never really wrestled in front of like that many people. It was like over like 10,000 people there. But like after the first couple seconds, like he took me down one time, and then I was like, all right, it's time to go, basically. And then I pinned him after that. And my second match I had, it was a pretty tough match. It came down to the wire. And then Coach Maldonado basically told me I had to go, so I had to get that takedown at the end. And that moved me to the semifinals. In the semifinals, I went against the #1 dude, and he was a Michigan commit. He was like number 11 in the country or something like that. And we had a pretty good match. He only beat me by 3 points. That match was a pretty good match. It came down to the wire, and it ended up being close, and he got the last takedown, and he ended up winning that match, which made me get 4th.
With Chris being a first-time state qualifier, he had different preparations going into the big matches.
Basically, I prepared myself physically and mentally by asking the other guys that had already been to state, like, how did you feel going out there? What was some stuff that you did to help yourself emotionally? Because it's a lot of emotions when it's that big of a crowd when you're wrestling. But they just basically told me, wrestle like it's another match, just like you're in the room. Because when you're out there, you only see you and the other guy. You're not really worried about everybody else on the outside besides Coach Maldonado. So that's what I always have to do, is just basically shrink the moment.
With both wrestlers being seniors, there were mixed emotions on the mat for their very last high school matches.
My last match on Saturday was the last of my career, and it was a big one. I didn't necessarily let the nerves get to me, because it was already later in the tournament, and you kind of get used to the environment there at Bankers Life. But I was excited to be able to compete one last time, and I was really grateful that even though I had an injury that I thought might end my senior season, that I was actually able to come back for my season and finish it off. So it was really just for me, just finishing off, whether I won or lost, just finishing my season.
Basically, I told myself, this is my last senior match. I got to go out with a bang. I said, I got to make this match the best match I basically ever wrestled, because it's probably going to be the last match I ever wrestled. So,
many athletes know the player-coach dynamic. For Coach Maldonado and Jacob, it's different since they are father and son.
As many people know, my dad is a head coach, but for me, I don't think anything ever really changed. He had always coached me back since I was younger and going through middle school, and since I was a freshman, so I don't believe anything had really changed. I was kind of used to having him coach me, and he has a lot of knowledge in the sport, so I think that having him really helped me technically and get to where I was at.
If anybody's ever coached their son at this level, they kind of understand a little bit of it. But it is tough at times because, you got to be able to kind of separate, being a parent and being a coach. I think that it makes it easier when you have an athlete or a son who just works really, really hard. Jacob just, on a daily basis, did what he was supposed to do, worked hard, and you can't really, argue as far as, him not putting forth the effort or trying. One thing that really this year really made it tough was when we went to the doctor's office and Dr. Perez said, well, he may be done. He may not be able to compete in wrestling. As a coach, it's like, man, he's one of my best guys. I really need him in the lineup. And then as a father, being like, man, he needs to rest. He needs to get better. There's more to his life than just wrestling. So we sat down and we discussed it and we said, hey, there's nothing that we can do at this point. We have 2 months to try to get healthy, to try to get better, and hopefully in those 8 weeks or 16, I think it's something like 10 weeks we had, I think it was about 10 weeks until the state tournament state tournament series, sectionals and stuff, that we could really make a decision. So he had plenty of time, and I told him that we weren't going to make a decision in November for something that we have to decide in January. So it was one of those things where it was hard coaching your son in a way, but it was easy because of the type of athlete that Jacob is and the type of student he is. So.
On top of placing 6th, Jacob received a prestigious award at the tournament.
So the Mental Attitude Award is a pretty prestigious award in the state. I believe every sport has one. And so at the state tournament at the end of the year, the IHSA board will vote on a competitor to win the award. So to be nominated for the award in the first place by my school and by my athletic directors, I feel like was a great honor. And then I wasn't necessarily expecting to win the award down at that state that weekend, but I was just so grateful that people had seen kind of the work I've been putting in, not only in wrestling, because the award is an accumulation of your in sport, out of sport, academics.
Also requires some outside things like, their volunteering in the community, going to different things outside of just wrestling. Him being the vice president of National Honor Society, him going to Spain this summer, studying abroad. But talking to a couple of people, one of the major things was his injury and him being able to mentally and physically, get back and have some success. So I think everything that Jacob has done has kind of helped him win that award. So I think it was a great honor for him and for all of us, his parents, his community, his teachers and coaches.
With that being said, Jacob and Chris have left their names in Maryville history and represented our school well. Hopefully they continued their journeys with great success. Signing off from PNN, I'm the one and only Niko Jukic.
Speaking of remarkable athletes, gymnast Briana Thomas had some remarkable performances in last week's sectional meet and hopes to repeat the feat as she heads into regionals tomorrow afternoon.
Last Saturday at the sectional championship meet, senior Briana Thomas placed first on beam and sixth on floor, advancing her to regionals for both events. With a sense of pride, Briana relives the emotions of the sectional tournament.
Being a sectional champion feels really great and really feels like all my hard work has paid off, because I would have put in so many reps on these beams and so many routines and just do the skills over and over again. And that finally paid off with me getting first place. And I actually wasn't surprised that I got first place, because I was watching the other competitors and I was watching the scores. Becoming a sectional champion, it felt really good, but also kind of nerve-wracking a little bit, because going into regionals, I know everyone's going to have their eye on me and just be watching my beam routine because I'm the sectional champion, so they're going to think, how am I going to do at the regionals? And it was actually a scary experience to go to beam right after I had a mess up on bars, because I had to just clear my mind and focus on beam and not let the mess up on bars distract me from competing the beam routine like I know I can.
As Briana has been a pirate gymnast all 4 years, both coaches share feelings of sadness and joy as they reflect on Briana's accomplishments and the legacy she will leave here at MHS.
Briana came into our program in middle school, and from the moment she walked in the gym, we knew we had something special. She has not disappointed us in any way. She's gone through the ranks of gymnastics as quickly as anyone can, and in terms of coaching her at the high school level, she is what I consider a coach's dream. She is a perfectionist, she has the greatest of work ethics, and she is one of the hardest workers we have ever had in our program. We're so pleased that she advanced from the sectionals to the regionals. Even though it wasn't her best meet and she had a disappointing uneven bar set, she still managed to win the balance beam, which is difficult to do on any day, and also place in the top 6 on floor exercise.
So Briana throws some pretty big skills on all 4 events, and it has been my job to make sure that she lands safely. She hasn't had too many issues, but there has been a few times where she was ready to go crashing into the mat, and I've had to reach in and save her.
As regionals approaches, the competition will only get tougher. Before Saturday, Bree hopes to perfect the little things to better her scores.
Preparing for regionals, I hope to work on the little deductions and things like on beam. My dismount is a back handspring full twisting off, and I get 2/10 off on the dismount because my leg bends, so I'm really focusing on trying to get that right. And since I don't stick my dismount sometimes, I get a 10th on that, so I need to fix that. And then adding those 10ths back up, I can get a 10, which is a perfect score. So I'm working on little details, and then floor, I have to work on landing my tumbling correctly, not taking a step forward. I just need to land it right, and just making sure all my dance is done perfectly and every leg is straight and toe is pointed.
As we prepare for the regional competition, which will be this Saturday at 11 o'clock at Portage High School, we're only going to try and define and refine the small, minute details that will help her to reach perfection, which is very necessary as she tries to succeed and proceed to the state championship.
We Pirates are wishing you luck, Briana, and have faith that you will represent Maryville Gymnastics well. Signing out from PNN, I'm Michaela Lemons.
1 month ago, Kobe Bryant's untimely passing left us all in a state of shock and sadness. Following his recent memorial, MHS students share their thoughts on what Kobe meant to them as an athlete and as a human being.
June 26, 1996. A young man named Kobe Bryant enters the league straight out of high school. June 19th, 2000. Kobe earns his first ring. January 22nd, 2006. Kobe scores 81 against the Trailblazers. June 12th, 2010, Kobe earns his 5th and final ring. April 13th, 2016, Kobe retires and scores 60 against the Jazz. January 26, 2020, Kobe Bryant and Gianna Bryant are tragically killed in a helicopter accident.
He was like a little brother. Everyone always wanted to talk about the comparisons between he and I. I just wanted to talk about Kobe.
Okay, Kobe Bryant's basketball career impacted me because like he was just a great player all around. Like his mama mentality, that's something he went by. He motivated me, he inspired me. I remember back when I was little, young, I used to watch him all the time. I have like posters of him in my room, and yeah, just the way he played, I copied his skills, his game, and he was just a great basketball player, great human being. Okay.
Everywhere you go, you see his face, his number. Gigi's face, Gigi's number. Everywhere, at every intersection.
Kobe to me was very influential with my game as a whole. I try to model his work ethic as he did during his career. Even to see how he's impacted players like Devin Booker and Jason Tatum, those are guys I look up to. So I feel like Kobe has had an impact on all of us, and he won't be forgotten in the community.
Gigi, in many ways, represents the future of women's basketball. A future where a young woman aspires to play in the WNBA the same way I wanted to be a Laker. She represents a time where a young girl doesn't need permission to play. Her skill would command respect.
God knew they couldn't be on this earth without each other. He had to bring them home to heaven together. Babe, you take care of our Gigi. And I got Nani, Bibi, and Coco.
The words from Kobe's wife will forever be remembered and cherished by fans and family of Kobe until the end of time. There is no doubt that we will all miss this one-of-a-kind talent. His legacy will never be forgotten.
To my family, my wife Vanessa, our daughters Natalia and Gianna, thank you guys for all your sacrifice. For all the hours I spent in the gym working and training, and Vanessa, you holding down the family the way that you have. I can't, there's no way that I can thank you enough for that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. And what can I say? Mamba out.
The boys basketball team has finished their season and already has one sectional win under their belts. Tonight, the Pirates take on the one-loss Munster Mustangs in the second round of the sectional tournament, with hopes of avenging an earlier season loss and moving on to the championship game.
Boys basketball game is coming up, and even though their season has been going through ups and downs, Maryville boys are working hard and efficient to figure out their best sectional game plan. As assistant coach, Mr. Pritt and some of his key players have plans on how they want to win their second sectional game by storm.
My expectations for the team would be to just come out, play hard, give everything they've got, leave everything out on the court, and if we do that, we'll get the expectation, or we'll get the outcome that we desire. So just come out, play hard, give everything you got. We planned, we've trained, we've done a lot to get to this point. So if they remember all that and just have fun, leave it all on the court, we'll get the outcome we expect.
Heading into sectionals, I know we're going to get overlooked a lot. So we just got to come out aggressive and on top of teams right off the start. I expect us to go very deep into sectionals, if not the championship in sectionals, and going to the regional final. Just come support. The more people we get out there in the crowd, the more confident we get for ourselves to play as a team together. So come out, support. It's going to be a good show to watch.
I expect to be a leader and have a lot of good energy and just do my role. Don't do too much.
So my expectations for the team would be to just come out, play hard, give everything they've got, leave everything out on the court, and if we do that, we'll get the expectation, or we'll get the outcome that we desire. So just come out, play hard, give everything you got. We planned, we've trained, we've done a lot to get to this point. So if they remember all that and just have fun, leave it all on the court, we'll get the outcome we expect.
Heading into sectionals, I feel very confident in my teammates. We lost a couple close games this year, but I think we come out our sectionals. The message I have for Maryville fans is pack the house because it's going to be a show. Regular season wasn't that good, but sectionals is going to be a show. We all got to be disciplined. We got to lift each other up when we're doing bad and just stay positive.
Just come support. The more people we get out there in the crowd, the more confident we get for for ourselves to play as a team together. So come out, support. It's going to be a good show to watch.
And play our hardest and possibly, well, we're looking to get a sectional championship.
The Maryville Pirates have started off with a victory with a huge win over Hammond Morton, with the final score being 88-46, and are filled with confidence. Make sure to come out and support the Pirates tonight as they take on Monster in the second round sectionals at East Chicago High School. Signing off for PNN, I'm Roderick Washington.
Do you ever see someone's baby picture and just can't believe what they used to look like? In this next segment, Javiera takes a few famous faces and tries to find out if MHS students can figure out which celebrity is which in this latest game show.
Many of us know what various celebrities look like at their age right now, but many don't know what they look like when they were a baby. I went out to see if MHS students had the knowledge to recognize their baby pictures. MHS, it is that time again to name that baby.
The first baby picture is Beyonce, who is a famous singer.
Beyonce.
I don't know. Rihanna, I guess.
I don't know.
Beyonce.
Beyonce? All right.
The second baby picture is Justin Bieber, who is a male singer.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Okay, so here's the scoreboard. We have Niko, Ayana, and Malia in a first place tie, and Adrian and Juan in a second place tie. Since those first two pictures were easy, I'ma kick it up a notch. Now let's get back to the game. The third baby picture is Taraji P. Henson, a famous actor.
Taraji P. Henson.
Famous rapper? Actor? Lizzo?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No.
I don't know.
Taraji P. Henson. Whatever her name is.
Famous actor.
Does she have a TV show? Oprah?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
And the fourth baby picture is Kylie Jenner, an entrepreneur.
Kim Kardashian? Khloe Kardashian? Who's that?
Makeup? One of the Jenners? I don't know.
Which one?
Kendall?
What? Kylie Jenner?
Kylie Jenner? Is that Kylie Jenner?
Makeup, she runs makeup.
Kylie Jenner?
Here is the ending scoreboard. Malia came in first place with a 4 out of 4. In second place, we have Ayana with a 3 out of 4. In third place, we have Adrian with a 2 out of 4. And last but not least, we have Juan with the 1 out of 4. Better luck next time, Juan. Anyways, thank you to the people who have participated in the game, named that baby, and congratulations to the winner again. Signing off from PNN, I'm Javiera Gamble.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, today's dodgeball tournament is for seniors only. PNN will have cameras on hand to capture all the action, so make sure you tune in next week to find out which team prevailed and now reigns as champions. We'll be back next week with more segments from both classes, so don't miss out. Remember, you can catch all of our Friday shows and everything you want to know about PNN on our website at maryvilletv.com. Also, best of luck to both Briana and our boys basketball team as they compete this weekend. Signing off from PNN, I'm Kayla Mason. Have a great weekend, MHS.